So my sister was in the hospital when she was 2 because she had RSV. And so she was really sick and she didn't really want to move that much. But then when the music therapist came in, she all of a sudden perked up and she started being able to have fun and move around.
We come in with guitars and drums and xylophones and all sorts of fun-looking instruments. So I'm coming in here trying to represent music therapy as a professional discipline, and yet my cart was rickety. It made a lot of noise when I pushed it up and down the hall. The wheels did not stay in a straight line. Things were falling off. I had, tambourines jingling every step that I took. It was just adding to the perception that music therapy was not a professional discipline.
When I got the opportunity to do an Eagle project, I knew I wanted to do it for Children's Hospital.
Mason actually came in and presented to us. He had a PowerPoint, he wore his suit and tie, and he came in and sat in a conference room and presented his idea. And so we wrote up a grant request based on what Mason had proposed and submitted it to Best Buy for funding. And then we reached out to our good friends at Worrell and talked to them about how we might be able to design a cart that actually met the needs of the music therapist, met all the hospital's requirement for infection control, and something that was fun.
For designers to be able to create effectively and efficiently, they need to get inside the mind or the heart of those using the products.
Worrell came in and watched us doing our job. They asked us a lot of questions. They followed us to patient rooms and saw how we actually did our jobs. And then we all came in for a wonderful several-hour-long brainstorming session where we just were writing ideas on the walls and bouncing ideas off one another.
You have people coming at this from a music therapist point of view, you had a patient and a family in the room, and then you had industrial designers who were exceedingly creative and who were familiar with the latest technologies and methods.
They're really great at listening to us, and they basically are like, okay, what do you guys really want in a car? Like, what are some really cool things that you'd want, and what are just like some really basic you need in a cart? That's what Children's Hospital does really great too, that everyone just is listening to a family's opinions.
We synthesized that information. We began sketching, coming up with many ideas, coming up with new materials, processes, ways of seeing a product. From those different ideas, you begin to see possibilities. And in that process of narrowing, we began to do the engineering.
Well, it was really cool to see just an idea turn into this big project. I'm just a kid who had an idea, and now all of a sudden I get to work in a professional area.
What a great way to get Mason involved, get our music therapists involved, and get some really, really world-class industrial designers and to come together and do something that really has meaning in the hospital and that has a tremendous impact on a daily basis.
A Minnesota teenager went above and beyond for his Eagle Scout project. Mason Stoltz unveiled new music therapy carts at Children's Hospital today. These carts can easily be moved from room to room, and they help children heal.
The traditional activity of an industrial designer is to shape boxes, because this cart is just a large rolling box. On the other hand, what we're really doing is shaping experiences.
The new cart has just so many unique features. Since receiving these computers, we can write and record the song with the patient. We can pop a CD in and hand the family that CD 2 minutes later. That's something we never could have done with the old cart.
We can solve problems that in the past we may not have even thought there were solutions for, but by putting those groups together in really interesting ways, we can do things together that we never could have done in the past.